Hi, everybody. I'm Tim Donnelly, voice of the Charlotte Rush. It is Tuesday, March the 10th. We are in the coach's office of the Charlotte Rush, and we're going to do a recap and put a lid on the 2019-20 Charlotte Rush Elite season. And let's bring in the head coach and general manager of the Charlotte Rush Elite, Trevor Jewell. And Trevor, we took a very good regular season record into the playoffs, but unfortunately kind of ran into a buzzsaw Carolina Junior Hurricanes team and took a couple of tough losses. I know that you and Jeff and Brian have the guys well prepared, but from a coaching point of view, what went wrong with the Rush in those two defeats up in Raleigh?
Well, I mean, it's tough. I think, we didn't stay out of the box like we wanted to. I mean, Carolina had some guys down. I mean, I think they had probably 100 games played at the premier level this year alone with those guys. So, it is what it is, but we didn't perform. I thought gave up some suspect goals that we shouldn't have given up. Our D zone wasn't really there, and discipline wasn't there. And we talked about it for weeks on weeks on weeks, and unfortunately, we didn't stick to the game plan, and it cost us 2 games. But I'll give credit to Carolina. They came, they played hard, and they wanted to beat us, and they did. So kudos to them. They stuck to their game plan. They did the things right that they wanted to, and unfortunately, we didn't perform.
Well, let's move on from that and just talk about the positives from this last elite season. And Trevor, you ended the regular season in second place with a record of 34-9-0-1, a strong regular season, second place finish in what is always the tough Southeast Division.
Yeah, obviously, I think any one of our teams can go to nationals and have a chance to win, but it's not the nature of the beast when the postseason hits. So unfortunately, we didn't get to go. But wish all the teams up there the best of luck. And obviously, we had a good regular season, but didn't win when it mattered. And that's it's painful. It sucks, but it is what it is. And unfortunately, we didn't get our job done, and now we have to go home, which. It's tough to see those guys go, but obviously everybody is excited to go home when they can. But I wish they'd be a little bit more excited to go to Boston. And again, it's tough to swallow, but we can't hang our hats on a good regular season. That's not what we do here. We're a postseason team, and that's what's most important to us.
Well, also a couple of guys that had a huge impact that Trevor and his coaching staff recruited: Guillaume Lalancet from Mascouche, Quebec, and also Ivan Korzak from Slovakia. And wow, Trevor, these guys, first-year players, came in, not only led your club in scoring for the majority of the year, but the whole entire USPHL Elite. They had a huge impact in year one for you. Talk about them.
Yeah, they obviously had a great regular season. I thought they helped us win a lot of hockey games, and they're 2 good hockey players, and I'm very happy that they were here this year, and I'm very happy with the performances they gave us. But unfortunately, they didn't do that in the postseason, which is always tough. But great kids, great guys to have around and in the locker room. They learned a lot, and I'm very proud of their performance over the year.
And also the goaltenders, Hayden Ellsbury, I thought, took a big step up. He just played a handful of games last season, got to play a lot of games this year, won some big games for us. And you brought in Sawyer Cutler's little brother, a premier defenseman for the Charlotte Rush Elite, his little brother Arlie, and he had some good numbers too. So, Trevor, those 2 guys certainly stepped up their game this year.
Yeah, I thought Ellsbury took a major step forward in his development, obviously. I think, he learned a lot. He grew as a player and as a person. Still got some things to work on, but he's still young. So very happy with his play and performance all year. And then obviously Arlie being a first-year guy, it was nice to see him come in and play the way he did. He won some big games for us there and had a stellar season all around. So very happy with those 2. But, hopefully they come back next year ready to go and a little bit more mature and ready to win some more hockey games.
And take a further step up. Well, there's several Charlotte Rush Elite players that unfortunately played their last game for the Rush. They are aging out and won't be here anymore. Trevor, I'd like to have you talk about some of those guys, but a couple we want to point out is Sky Swavely, who's been here from almost the beginning, came back from a very tough injury. Had a good season this year. And, of course, London Strickler, your captain. And just talk about these guys. They were great players both on and off the ice. But from a coaching point of view, tell us what they brought to the Charlotte Rush organization table.
Well, obviously, Sky was here from day one, played for the original team, and obviously he's had some ups and downs throughout those years. But, great leader on and off the ice, blocks shots, brings an offensive touch to the game, and, obviously a great guy to have in the locker room. He's funny, he's outspoken, and, he's grown, and I've seen him mature and develop over the past 4 or 5 years and into a great person, and he's learned a lot, and wish him nothing but the best, and we're definitely going to miss him around here. Strix, that'll be his last elite game. But he'll be back next year, so I'm very happy to have him. He's a kid that has spent every junior game he's ever played in this uniform and in this locker room, and he takes pride in this logo and takes pride in the culture and lives and breathes it every single day. So, he's a kid that we build around. He's a kid that brings it every day. You might not see it on the stat sheet, but he's a guy that just loves being here, and he's a guy that takes his leadership role very importantly, and he's a guy that really believes in the culture and everything that we do and preach here.
It's great that he's going to be back, hopefully with Premier next year. Would kind of remind you of a Johnny Barrett who started with the Elite and then moved up and made a good contribution. Hopefully he can do that next year as well.
Yeah, he can definitely do that. I think he'll spend a lot of time on his development this summer and obviously with us, and we're very excited to see what he does and who he is when he comes back.
All right, so a couple of guys that are gone from the Elite team, Sky Swavely and London Strickler. London will be back next year, hopefully, with the Charlotte Rush Premier. Well, Trevor, a good regular season. It didn't quite end the way we had hoped, but I'm sure the guys will come back next year, and we'll be taking that next step and getting back to Nationals. But thanks, as always, for your thoughts about the Elite team. And, again, we'll look forward to talking more Elite hockey next season.
Thanks a lot, Tim.
All right, Trevor Jewell, head coach and general manager of the Charlotte Rush Elite. I want to thank our cameramen today, Luke Fox and Dawson Carley, for their outstanding work. And again, you can go to the Charlotte Rush website, our YouTube channel, also the United States Premier Hockey League website to get complete information if you want to follow the Elite Nationals there. And of course, our Charlotte Rush social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So for head coach and general manager Trevor Jewell, this is the voice of the Charlotte Rush, Tim Donnelly. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.